Testing, testing.
Good evening, Ms. Martinez. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. All right, it's just about 5:30. We'll give it a couple minutes for everyone else to arrive.
President Zepeda, you are on mute if you're talking.
You're still on mute.
Sorry, I had to take a quick call here. All right,
All right.
we now have quorum, but we are missing
Vice President
Vice
Suddeth.
President. So let me text her really quickly.
So I'm a tad upset today because my Mets lost to the Giants big time.
Ah,
Bad. It was a bad loss. Yesterday was worse.
eh,
If you're a Giants fan.
I'm a Giants fan for sure. They're playing again tomorrow.
No, I think they're off tomorrow.
Let's do this. Let's get us at least with the introduction started while we allow for our Vice President to join us. And that way we can get the candidate. They can't see our candidate is on, so we can get started with the process. I know we have another meeting afterwards, so I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is Cheryl is having an error logging in. Brenda, would you
Mhm.
mind sending the correct link?
I
to-
will.
She's saying that she's getting an error when she's trying to log in. So I know there's a couple of links out there. There's a few on mine that said canceled as well. So maybe she should go into the incorrect one. So, well, while she logs in, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is 5:34. And with that, I know, Ms. Brenda, you are sending that email to her. And then when you're done, if you wouldn't mind, please calling the roll.
Director Alvarado,
Here.
Director Weiner,
Here.
okay, and Vice President Suddeth is logging in, and President Zepeda.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
All right. Thank you. And then now is time for public comment. Do we have any public comment written or?
Mr. President, we did not receive any written comments, and there are no members of the public here in this link with us. So we do not have public comment at this time.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Then with that, Ms. General Manager.
Thank you, President Cepeda. So the sole agenda item for tonight is to interview potential candidates for the appointment to the vacant director position for Division 2 of West County Wastewater. We've received one application from candidate Annie King Meredith. And at this time, we would suggest the meeting start with introductions by the board members, any of the senior staff that are present, maybe an introduction by the candidate, questions by board members, then questions from the candidate, and then any final questions for the board members. We wanted to offer that as a potential process for this evening if the board wishes to take that approach or any other approach.
Thank you, Ms. General Manager. Then I will, unless there's any other suggestion, we'll go ahead and start with that and go on with introductions from each of our board members. And if we can begin with Director Alvarado.
Sure. My name is David Alvarado. I've been a director since 2016. I've been on the board now for 6 years, and this is my election year. So I plan on running again, and I'm looking forward to listening to your answers, Annie, and look forward to having the full board again. Thank you.
Brenda, can I ask you to please bring our candidate as a panelist over? Thank you.
Yes, I'm doing so now. There we go. She's
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. All right. I'm going to give her a second so she can join us and be able to hear the next director. Ms. King Meredith, welcome. We'll continue with the introductions. Director Wiener.
Hi, my name is Harry Weiner, and I've been on the board since 2016. I represent the District 4, which is El Sobrante and East Richmond Heights. And I also attend with regularity the MAC in El Sobrante, and I noticed that you attend that as well, only in North Richmond. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Wiener. Vice President Suddeth.
Good evening, Ms. King Meredith, Cheryl Suddeth. I've been on the board since 2018, and I represent this area here in Area 5, which includes Carriage Hills. And yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking with you this evening. That's enough about me. I just want to talk about you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Vice President Suddeth. All right. Then lastly, we'll go with myself, Cesar Cepeda. I have the honor of being the board president this year. The board president rotates. I was first appointed by this great board back in 2018 after the passing of Director McNeil. And I've been on the board ever since. Back then, I was appointed before district elections. So it was board members at large. And then the last election, because I had to be going through an election cycle shortly after the appointment, then I became director for District 1, which represents the majority of Hilltop area in Richmond. So with that, Ms. King Meredith, welcome again. We're excited to have you. Thank you for applying. I will go over to you, and if you can unmute yourself and give us a quick introduction of who you are.
Yes, can you hear me now? Can you hear
Yes.
me? Okay, good evening to the directors, and our managers. Good evening. My name is Annie Keene Meredith. As you know, I'm a longtime life here in North Richmond. I have participated on many, many community engagement, grassroots. My thing is working with the communities and to actually be a team player. Many a times, you know, when you do these certain groups, you have to network. And in order to network, you have to be a good listener and a good provider with strong information and feedback that is given to you in order to be with the community and their voice. And with that, and be able to share that information. So I've been, you know, I've worked in the private sector also, down in Silicon Valley. And from there, I learned a lot by looking at policies and different schematics and working with vendors throughout Silicon Valley. And to return back to community, which I was raised, and always participate as a volunteer. So with that, I'm just around, you know, I'm just, you know, in the community, a community person, a networking person, a player with a positive attitude and respect to others. Okay, I'm done. I'm ready for questions.
We'll get to questions in a moment. Thank you, Ms. King Meredith. I appreciate you. And I think I might have accidentally skipped over some of the staff that's here. If they could introduce themselves. We'll start with our general manager.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Lisa Malik-Zadeh, and I'm the general manager. I've been the general manager since 2018. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening. I am Michael Savannah. I'm the Director of Infrastructure and Planning here at the district. I've been with West County Wastewater since 2014. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And then we'll go to Ms. Collins.
Hi, good afternoon, and I'm
Is it me or I can't hear?
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
Claire, your connection's going in and out. So maybe we'll come back to you.
Yep. Brenda.
I'm sorry. Let me try to get to a better place.
Okay, we'll come back to you while you get a better connection there. Next up, Ms. Martinez, our district clerk.
Sure. Hi, good evening, Ms. King Meredith. We've spoken on the phone, but formally, my name is Brenda Martinez, and I am the district clerk for West County Wastewater, and I've been here since October 2020.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Martinez. Ms. Collins, see if we have better luck there with the connection.
Can you hear me now?
Still bad.
Still bad.
We'll come
All
back.
right,
It sounds like you're underwater.
I'll log back in.
Okay.
I'll just do a quick introduction since Claire is struggling. So Claire Collins is our general counsel who has been with us for almost 2 years at this point, I think. So that is who Claire is, and I'm sure she'll join us when she can, but at least you know who she is.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. All right. With those introductions, I think we've got everyone. Just looking down their list. I think everyone had a chance to introduce themselves. Yes. Perfect. Then board, I wanted to open it up just for questions from the board. If we can do, we can start off with a question each, and then we'll go another round and until we're done with questions. Do we have a particular board member that would like to start first? I know you're not shy.
Why don't you assign the order, Mr. President?
All right, we'll start with you, Director Alvarado, since you're already off mute there.
All right.
Okay.
We'll have a comment and a question. So can I call you Annie instead of Miss King Meredith?
Yes, oh, please do.
Okay. So I know that you ran for election in 2020. And at that point, you lost by a very slim margin. So I ask you, what makes you want to run, or not run, but want to be appointed to the board at this point? And do you have a commitment to wanting to run again in November 2022? Because you're going to have to.
Yes, Director Averill. I'll try to. As far as when I ran a couple of years ago, it was brought to me by our neighborhood council, Marina Brown, and she had thought that this would be a good setting for me and for my advocacy and my strong commitment to the community. And since it was an open election and adding North Richmond to this district, District 2, she felt that I should do so with my commitment, with the community and my voice. So that's what actually stirred me to do that. And with such little notice, I did act upon it within 12 hours and got everything through. And knowing of my resilience and knowing of my commitment, I was blessed and I got a chance to actually be one of the candidates to run. To say this, I have a commitment to North Richmond. I was born here. I've worked on grassroots, different projects to see them through, and they have been very successful. I've been part of a lot of strategic plans, and to actually see the planning of North Richmond over the different decades. And my commitment is for the health of the environment. I do have children, I do have grandchildren, and I do have one great grand. And I feel that whatever I can do within this company or to be a part of this district, to be a part to make sure that it becomes a healthy environment or to work toward a healthy environment. So I do have a commitment. And the other thing, Director Averill, you asked me, yes, if I make it and you all approve of me to be appointed, of course, I'm running again when the election time comes up, when the term is over. Thank you.
Thank you for that answer. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Director Alvarado. Next, we'll go over to Director Weiner if you have a question there.
Hi, do you mind if I call you Annie?
Oh, please do.
And I would appreciate it if you call me Harry.
Oh, okay.
I have one question. Are there any concerns that you would bring to the district?
It depends on the voice of the community and the district and what truly their concerns are, and for us to for me to prioritize that and bring it to the board. I can't say exactly what. I know what is going on for right now is the piping and the changing of all the old pipings that are within this district. I know that we're future looking at the levies, uh, and to make sure that things are in place for the future there. My concern really is now is looking at the environment and how the environment is and how we can take a part, how I can take a part and be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Weiner. Vice President Suddeth.
Evening. So, Ms. Annie, I know from your work in North Richmond and with revisioning North Richmond, that project, that there's always some goals that we set. So what are your personal goals for serving on the board? Do you have any?
Well, my personal goal is to really to look at, to keep the environment, to work with the environment. Just looking at the climate change and how things are changing so rapidly and how it is affecting everyone, and to have the position to be able to be a part of trying to correct or trying to help and to make awareness of the environment and the environment change, and to know that we are working towards things to have in place to help the environment. So that's my commitment to do, is to really work with the environment and the health of the community.
Thank you. Sir?
Thank you, Vice President Suddeth. Ms. Annie, can you tell us a little bit about your background in public service? I know that you, from past, you've been involved, you have worn many hats.
Yeah.
Your neck probably hurts from all the hats you've been wearing. But can you tell the rest of the board, can you share with us about your life of public service?
Yes, yes, I can. Well, to start off my venture of public service, I started when I was actually 14. And that was working in the leadership capacity with junior leadership. And it was actually funded through the neighborhood house of North Richmond. And from there, I saw that it was many things that could be, that I could be involved in and have a voice in order to bring others to be in place of awareness of their surroundings in order to better their communities. As far as my participation in the community, that was the starting. From there, I have worked and is still working on several other community committees. One of my major ones that I've worked with for over 30 years is with Community Housing Development Corporation. And that's for sustainable housing and development in our community for low and moderate income in order for families to obtain housing. The other is working with the mitigation. I'm one of the commissioners for the mitigation, and we look at the tonnage that comes through North Richmond and Richmond, and get money back for those money to be in turn to come back into the community and to build what is needed, looking at the different streets, the lighting, whatever is needed for the community, that money is to in turn back into the communities. The other is the North Richmond MAC. I've been there for several years. Started with the MAC back, it was at its infancy back in I think it was 94 that I actually sat on the board there. And from there, worked with the different things that was needed to be clarified in the community by actually bringing the voice of the community to these meetings. I not only worked with the MAC, but became its project manager for 1 year, and then returned back to the MAC board later on in 2004. Neighborhood Watch, that's another, getting individuals to be aware of their surroundings in the neighborhood as a safe and healthy neighborhood. Neighborhood Watch is coordinator for North Richmond and with the Iron Triangle. Also, I was very implementing with working with Birdie School in 2000, and with the principal in a couple of other agencies where we actually turned Birdie School around for its education and actually won California Gold. I've also had the opportunity to look at and to work with Doug Harris, our historian filmmaker, and actually had a we had a summer, I say a summer academy with individuals from the community to learn filmmaking. And those individuals got a chance to actually look at filmmaking and to look at a career if this was something they wanted to do. So I have many, I don't know how long I can keep going. I don't want to bore you too much. I think I did send in my resume for you all to look over, but that is just some of the things. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep going on and try to pull out stuff, but I just put 5 decades I've been involved for a commitment and haven't stopped. And right now, I think this would be a challenge for me, but I have the strength and the commitment.
Ms. Annie, I think you more than answered it.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you have given your life to public service is what it sounds like. You've devoted it to your community. So thank you for that answer. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, Director Sutter. I'm sorry, President Sabeda and Director Sutter. I'm sorry, I just kind of, it's been hot today. That's all. It's been warm. So excuse me.
It's all right. All right, we'll go back around in the same order. Director Alvarado, another question?
I have no more questions, Mr. President. I believe she's answered the question that I wanted to answer, and she's given us a whole bunch of information. And including that fact that she ran in the 2020 election. So, and we don't have any more candidates. So for me, it's an easy choice. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Director Alvarado. All right, Director Weiner, any other questions?
Yes, Annie, I had lunch with Maria Alegria yesterday, and she claims that you and she were in kindergarten together. Is that the absolute truth?
We went to school together. We're sisters. Yes, Director Winter, yes.
Okay, well, since you can answer the really hard questions,
Yeah.
I'm finished. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Director Winter. That's my sister.
All right, thank you, Director Weiner. Vice President Sutton.
I have a question. So, a lot of us spend a lot of time doing a lot of public service and managing professional careers. I know I do, and I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I know that because I'm often asked this question, so I want to ask you, what? Because you just said 5 decades is a long time. It's a long time. to be in public service like my whole life. So what strategies do you, so this is a different question. It's a different kind of question. So what strategies do you use to stay motivated?
Well, to answer that, Director Sutter, I pray first, that's one of the things. I was brought up in the church, one of the things my grandmother and my mother has always instilled in you is, you ask God for wisdom. You ask him for, to help you get through whatever. You ask him to guide you. And that is my utmost of getting through things. Usually when I stay focused and whatever comes to me, the path is always open. And it's always it's usually a clear path for me once I stay prayerful over what I need to do. So having people in mind, working for them, keeping them first of what their needs are, doing whatever I can to help them. Whatever decision needs to be made, I'm a team player to do whatever and to work, holistic with everyone that it needs to be. That's always been my circle. Whenever I'm involved, I pray on it and then I go through it and then I network. I hope that answered Director Sutter.
Thank you, madam. I just need a little wisdom is all.
After 5 decades, okay.
Yeah. My grandmother always used to say, if you can snatch some wisdom from somebody, try and get it whenever you can. So thank you, I appreciate it. President Zaveda.
Thank you, Vice President Sutter. Miss Annie, our agency is celebrating 100 years. We've done a lot of really great work. This board, right? Director Weiner is one of the longest standing board members right now. He's served for several years, followed by Director Alvarado and Vice President Sutter. Their vision, their goals, along with the staff goals, right? Our general manager and their staff has brought forward our agency to sort of a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things, and bringing us to the tomorrow years. We're redoing our infrastructure. We're doing a lot of really cool stuff that's bringing our community and our agency to be more green, more efficient. Can you tell us a little bit about, and you kind of did it earlier, but how would you work with board members to try to get some of our goals moving forward, even though sometimes what we have the same goal, we have a different path we want to take to get there? Can you share a little bit about how you work with other members, for example, in the MAC, right? They're trying to achieve the different goals that the MAC may have, and how would you work with us to achieve our various goals for the organization?
Okay. Well, thank you for that question, President Cepeda. One of the things that I've always used, the strategies I've used, is to listen to what is being brought forth as far as the plan. Now, once the plan has been presented, and to have all the different key components to bring things together, and then we make that decision of looking what it is and how it can benefit. Once we see the benefit, it's not about it's not about myself. It's about the team being inclusive of working together to meet that goal. Sometimes, people will present stuff and it's not as clear, or they will present it and they haven't did as much homework, or they haven't did what it needs to take in order for it to move forward. The key thing is to make sure, and to everybody, to try to be on the same page of moving it forward. Everybody can't move all at the same time, but as long as we meet different timelines and for things to work and to keep moving for the betterment of what the plan is. Of course, this is how we settle, and this is the way I come into the part of negotiating and to working with as being a player and bringing everybody's thoughts together in order for things to work.
Thank you for that answer, Ms. King. Directors, any other questions?
None for me. Thank you.
No. All right, if there's no other questions, Director, then Ms. King Meredith, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for applying. Thank you for continuing to serve your community and wanting to continue serving your community with another hat that is a little bit different, right, in the elected official role and representing potentially District 2. So with that, there, directors, unless there's any other questions or comments, then I would entertain a motion to be able to move the nomination for Ms. King Meredith for the vacant director position for the Division 2 to the West County Wastewater. And then this nomination will be confirmed for a vote at the next regular board meeting, which would be June 1st.
I'll make the motion.
All right. Thank you, Director Alberto. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Okay. I will second that motion. Any debate on the question? No. All right, then, Madam Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Director Alvarado,
Yes.
Director Weiner,
Yes.
Vice President Suddeth,
Yes, ma'am.
and President Cepeda.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes unanimously.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ms. King Meredith, at the June 1st meeting, the board will vote again as part of our process to ratify the vote. We could only appoint individuals during the June meeting, but this now concludes us our search for a director in District 2. So we again want to thank you for applying and thank you for stepping up to serve our community and the needs that we have right now. So thank you. We look forward to working with you and come back June 1st.
Okay.
And every other Wednesday after that, at least. Miss, and I'm going to put this back on. Ms. Meredith, anything you want to say before as we close down?
Well, excuse me, President Cepeda. Okay, I just want to say, well, I thank you. It's been quite some time since I've done an interview, but I hope that it went over well with you all to illustrate part of who I am, and just not only to visually see me, but actually read who I am also. And I hope that it conveyed quite much of the person who I am. Okay, and I'd like to thank you all for giving me the time, and hope to see you all soon.
Well, thank you. I'm going to send the meeting back over to our general manager.
Thank you, President Cepeda. We have no other items on the agenda for this evening.
All right. If there's no other items, Director Weiner, I see your hand up.
I'm asking a question about the next meeting, the topic of the next committee meeting.
For the next committee meeting, you meaning after this meeting?
Yes.
Okay, actually, I have a question as well, right? Lisa, we go on, from this meeting, we go on to our special meeting, right?
So the meeting is not agendized to start until 6:30. So, and it is only the members of the, well, open session is all members, but then it will convene into closed session with the members of the committee only.
And the topic? Of
Before we
the-
get to that, can we finish with Miss King Meredith? Sir?
I'm sorry, I really apologize. I thought we had.
Yeah, I know.
No, we
We're
wanted
done.
to, we wanted, I know, but we need to close out this meeting, sir. We didn't close it yet.
Okay, so the only thing, so Director Weiner was just asking for the next meeting. So, so the only other topic on this agenda is adjournment.
Yes.
So Director Weiner, we'll adjourn and then we'll answer those questions there. So
Yes, stop the recording too.
Ms. Martinez, can you adjourn us, please?
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned at 6:11 p.m. and I will stop the recording.
Thank you.